Go live.
Hey. You get AirPods?
No, it's the same headphones I've had. Just a new pair.
They do burn out. I do that with my cheap ones that I buy.
These aren't cheap. They were, I think, $11.
Oh my goodness. Jeez. High roller over here.
Oh yeah. Lucky that. Oh.
Let us sup. Sup us. Alright.
This Necron has a little bit of a texture to him, which makes me nervous about oils. Usually I did oils. But I feel like oils are really gonna mess them up. But let's go for it. YOLO. You ought to look out.
Exact. That's what that stands for.
Ethan Lewis, first down vote. Nice.
Actually, I got the first down vote. I guarantee I got the first down vote. I'll show you the paperwork that I got the first down vote.
Speaking of paperwork, I need all the stuff for oils.
Ooh-wee. Michael Spitz, howdy do? Oh my goodness, Frozen Throg, like, how dare you? There's 2 likes. 2 likes and 5 downvotes. I'm going to be working on the old EOB complete for Friday's video. How crazy is that? Getting it all organized. Michael Spitz, since we're loyal followers of the channel and watch the streams, can we get the scoop on what your real names are, Nay and Jick? I think you just got it. You just nailed it. You just nailed it.
Woo!
Standing of Doom. Good evening, EOB. How are y'all doing?
Good.
Andy. Wolfpack, howdy y'all. My strange brain. Necrons.
Necrons.
I get it. Necrons. Name that channel. That should be a fun game we play.
Name the channel based on their catchphrase.
Yeah. Name that channel. The first person that names that channel gives us $5.
Yeah. Frozen Throg. Ooh, lots of cool stuff in the EOB Complete channel. Once again. Neat.
Oh yeah. And I was looking through the new challenge, the submissions. Damn, there's a lot of good ones.
Ooh.
They're like every single one's a winner.
Wow.
They're all really, really good. Like the level was really good before, and now it seems like it's way better.
Ooh.
Like damn, people are trying stuff out. All of them look really neat.
Dancing of Doom. I wonder if someone's painted an army of Necrons in the Decepticon color scheme and named them Decepticrons. Do you think that the Decepticons name themselves? Like, they name themselves. We should be called the Liar Robots.
Yeah. We should be called the bad guys. Yeah. It is, yeah, it's a little on the nose.
But then the Autobots ruin it for themselves, because, like, well, we have to be cars. We're the Autobots. But the bad guys get to be planes and tanks and helicopters and guns.
Yeah. Those are all. I had a couple Transformers. Those are the ones that I had. I had the cool ones. The cars are cool. I think I had one of the car ones, but you know, planes are cooler. I had one that was a plane that I played with all the time, and I remember I was super upset because I undid him into the man version, and I could not get him back to the plane version.
I had a
That helped me.
Decepticon, and it was my only Transformer. And for years and years and years, I played with him, transforming him from a tank to a robot to a tank. And then, like, after years and years and years of playing with him, I found out that if you pull on him, his body separates and his head pops up.
Oh.
So I just assumed he didn't have a head.
That's amazing. Very funny.
Guy Man Hype, they made that joke in the Bumblebee movie. Ooh, I didn't see the Bumblebee movie, because the first 5 Transformers movies suck. Dancing of Doom. And fun fact, in the original version of Transformers, the Decepticons are supposed to be the good guys, and the Autobots were to be the bad guys.
Interesting.
Okay, let's see if that's dark enough.
But the name is bad. Decepticon is a bad name.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Bear, hey Jay, have you ever checked out the channel I Did a Thing? He creates lots of cool things in his workshop, like a bird hot tub and cooking meat in the Australian sun.
I have
also
not.
has a cool apron.
Ah, he stole that from me.
Exactly, guaranteed. Yeah, haven't seen it, don't know what it is, stole it from you.
Mm-hmm.
Blobby T. Should I drunk assemble?
Yes.
I can drunk paint, but last time I put some parts on upside down. I definitely think you should.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just going to make it way more fun for you later on.
Mm-hmm. I think it could use a little bit more paint. My oil wash. Wolfpack. Michael Bay did not direct Bumblebee, so it was really good. I heard it was really good. Yeah, Michael Bay. I mean, you know what? Say what you will about Michael Bay. Isn't he the most successful director of all time? In terms of money?
Probably. That sounds true to me. Bumblebee's really cool. I like Bumblebee. It's been I don't know. I think I've seen the first one. I think I've seen, how many are there? There 6?
I think there's
Is that 5?
I think there's 5.
There's 5 of them. I think I've seen 2, but I only remember the first one.
I remember watching the first one because I got it from the library, and then I remember I got to go see the second one because of my friend's birthday party, and I remember his mom was so mad that the movie was bad. Like, while she was while she was taking us out of the theater after the movie, she was like, we should get our money back. The movie was really bad.
Wow.
My strange brain, what's your opinion on Padme, like from Star Wars? Kind of whatever, nothing per character in the movies. Really cool in Clone Wars. They actually give her like a personality and stuff to do. But that's kind of every character in Clone Wars.
Power of the show. Interesting.
And I know you can play Padme in the game Star Wars Legion.
Have you been doing any more looking into Star Wars Legion?
Oh, I've been looking.
Since you won your first game.
I did.
You destroyed.
And Crimson, howdy folks.
Andy Crimson, Michael Bay can also be described at best as CGI and effects. I mean that is correct.
I love that his movie he made to get an Oscar. The one where it's Pearl Harbor. Is it just called Pearl Harbor? But because he made that movie to win an Oscar, and he won for sound design, which is probably the one thing he had very little to do with.
I remember this, and I don't remember the situation. but I think maybe it was what they have that convention at the beginning of the year where they show off like new electronics. I forget what it's called, and I think this was like 2011 or 12 or something like that. He was supposed to be talking about a new TV,
Oh
and he had like a
yeah.
total freak out moment and left.
Yeah, apparently the teleprompt wasn't showing anything, and he didn't know what to do, and then he just walked off stage.
Nah, I do the same thing.
He had nothing. Ethan Lewis, y'all ever be putting together a flaming chariot of Zinch at work and had the cute girl in the office be like, what is that? Yeah, me too. Where do you work that you're putting together a flamer of Zinch?
Seems like a really good office environment.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would say. He's a bus driver.
Frozen Throg, Uwe Boll though. Oh god, that name sounds so familiar. What did he direct?
Master 64. You know that Legion game we played was actually really close. It was like a 2-wound difference. It was a total victory for Jay.
Total victory. I won, hands down.
Hands down, won. I mean,
my
completely
clones
destroyed.
Stomped your rebels.
Exactly, completely and utterly destroyed. You know, it is what it is.
Reinforcement minis. Hey guys, it's Ominous Mecha, and I finally decided to take the plunge and stare at my own mini painting channel. You guys should totally check it out. Disregard the fact that there's nothing on it yet. Shh. Well, when you get something on there, you gotta show it off in the Discord. In the... what's the name of that channel? Community!
Yep. Community content.
Wolfpack. Michael Bay doesn't know how to write a good story, but he has the best CGI and effects. I don't know if that's true. I mean, obviously they're gorgeous, but I don't like the Transformers that are just a trillion tiny pieces. I feel like I can't pay attention. Like, try to think of like what Optimus Prime looks like. I can't get him in my head because he's just a billion tiny little pieces. But I know exactly what the old Optimus Prime looked like.
Yeah, that's
the one that's 3 boxes.
Yep, that's the one that I think of.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes things can look really cool but not make any sense.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe they stopped doing this in the later movies. I didn't watch them. But I love in the earlier movies when the humans are like falling and then the Autobots save them by like snatching them out of the air with their giant metal hands.
Yeah.
And wouldn't that be exactly like getting hit by a car?
Yes.
Like, you'd think that would break every bone in your body.
They did it softly, very quickly, with giant metal hands. Yep.
I think this wash is sort of working.
Hunter of Ajax just got done with a workout and managed to catch the stream. Hope you guys are having a good night.
Yeah, lift those things, put them down. Do it again.
Run, row. Do a little dance. Make a little love. Get down tonight.
Watch the stream tonight.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, goodness gracious. Michael Spitz, was Nick the cheerleader for the game wearing a cute Jar Jar costume? Me and Lucky Bat. Both of us.
Yeah, for the next game, I'm planning on trying out something radical. I'm planning on reading the rules.
Damn. Reading the rules?
Yeah, we'll see if it works.
I don't know.
It's kind of an interesting strategy.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. It sounds kind of like cheating.
I did pretty well when I had somebody explaining me exactly what to do beat by beat.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking if I knew the rules, I could do even better.
Right. So you'll stomp even harder than you already did. What if this is the game where you win? You just always win. You're just so good.
I mean, it seems like that's what's going to happen. Because I'm currently undefeated.
Exactly. I like the dice.
Yeah, the dice are fun.
Even though it's weird that there's a bunch of different ones, it kind of is the best.
Yeah, it works really well.
Mm-hmm. Instead of, whatever 40k is. Why do you think Age of Sigmar they have the they give you the 3-up, and then you do the save minus the rend.
Mm-hmm.
But 40k doesn't do a similar thing.
I think it's just the legacy of they haven't done that. I mean, the last time we really got any big change was 8, because 8 they got rid of the goddamn chart, thank God.
Right. Actually, the chart was the best part.
What's really what Legion has shown me, like it's interesting that now I've tried Legion. Legion is different. Is what Legion does with weapon values is every single gun is either bad, normal, or good, and that's represented by the type of dice you roll. So if your gun kind of sucks, you roll the white dice, which means you're probably going to miss. But if your gun's really good, you roll the black dice, or the red dice, and that means that you're probably going to hit. Whereas with 40k, you have a number weapon value, and then a ballistic skill, and those two different numbers kind of dictate the quality of your gun and its shot, in comparison to other guns and its shot. And one thing somebody brought up, and I kind of agree with them, is that 40k probably has too many guns, like too many different types of guns. Like, think about how goddamn many different guns the orcs have.
Yeah.
And then think about how many goddamn different types of guns the Skitarii have. And how many different goddamn guns the Space Marines have. And every single gun is sort of, kind of, maybe a little bit unique.
Yeah.
Whereas with Legion, it kind of doesn't matter that much about whatever, that the Rebel missile launcher is a little tiny bit different than the Imperial missile launcher. All that matters are its shots bad, normal, or good.
Yeah.
And there's different things that can happen, like re-rolls or dice changes, but that's just how the guns are. And I think that's actually kind of really good. It's really easy.
Yeah.
Because I just don't think it's that. It's a little bit taxing that for Space Marines, if you're putting together some Space Marines, you have to decide, like, okay, do I want to give my Space Marines the las cannon, the grav gun, the plasma gun, the heavy plas, the bolter, the storm bolter, the bolt pistol, the melta-gun, the flamer, the hand flamer, or the combi melta? Which one of those guns that are all slightly different am I going to give my one guy in this squad so that it'll miss most of the time?
Exactly. Reinforcement minis. With how we have a million goddamn guns and none of them are good. Exactly. Yeah, it is rough. It's also really rough when, like, I don't know, you have one army that's like super shooting heavy is fighting against another army that's not. It can be quite difficult. It seems like when we play that game of Age of Sigmar, since not everything can shoot, I feel like it makes it a little bit more fun because
very
the
few things
movement
can shoot.
Right, because the movement is really important. So it feels like there's a lot more strategery. And I guess there's a lot of strategery because you have to hide.
Yeah.
If you're playing the not shooty army, but what's the fun in that?
Sebastian, try playing the Necron Obelisk. It's my favorite model by looks, but it is terrible tactically. I also love that model in terms of the Games Workshop scaling, because in the lore, that model is supposed to be as big as a battleship. but on the table, it's like 15% bigger than a Necron monolith. Kino Quinones. Try Malifaux and Infinity for more differences. Infinity could be neat.
I mean, we know a guy that can teach us Malifaux.
Yeah.
So that'll probably happen first.
Mr. Malifaux himself.
Exactly, Mr. Mal.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Mal himself. Mr. Weird.
Trying to use this oil for as much as I can. I'm still trying to learn my way around oils. I feel like I don't have
any problem?
that strong a grasp.
Are you having any problems with the grittiness that you were saying? That's
a little bit. I mean, it's just because this is cheap oil, but it doesn't seem to be like hurting my paint job yet.
And you, I guess, do you highlight it after that, or you just wipe it off and that's it?
I wipe it off, yeah.
Yeah. You would think that I would know after watching every single stream.
Mm-hmm.
Blobby T, okay, old school Games Workshop instructions suck.
They do. Yeah. Reinforcement needs. With Tau, we have 1,000,000 goddamn guns and none of them are good.
Mm-hmm.
Blubberty T, I'll say it again. I printed 5 Tau Marines and only 2 succeeded. The print sad days.
Mm-hmm. I had some really good I had a really good print job today. Did some printing and it all worked out. And I didn't think it would, but it did.
Wolfpack. The problem with Legion is it's bloated with keywords, which there are a lot of words that almost mean the same thing. I can see that because there's not that many different things that can happen in the game. I mean, the whole game is moving or shooting. Mm-hmm. But I wonder though, I don't know, is there a such thing as a game that doesn't have bloat but also comes out with models? Like chess isn't bloated, but we haven't seen a new chess. We haven't seen a new chess piece in like 100 years. Mm-hmm. God, wouldn't that be amazing if they came out with a new chess piece?
Mm-hmm. Mr. Chess himself.
Yeah. Akinones. Infinity is like 3rd edition 40k where everyone uses the same 10 guns.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Spitz saw the bolter video today. I now have 2 1-to-1 bolter blueprints, planning on foaming them up and having a bolter. Easy as that. Thanks for the inspiration. Yeah.
Good old that video.
Mm-hmm.
It has some of the best after shots that I think we've ever taken in a video before. Jay knows why.
Oh, yeah.
God, I want to rewatch the video now. I haven't watched that video in a while.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it holds up.
I bet.
Michael Spitz, does it hold up? George Wilson, Assassin Piece next.
Yeah, that's the next chess piece.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Howls 129. Oh, chess will have codexes for the new factions, or codices, as it's supposed to be.
I think every game. I think bloat is an inevitable thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like the only way really to fix bloat is to update editions.
And I come out with a $50 compendium.
Yes.
Can you tell that I'm still upset?
Scambin! Hello, people.
I'm a people.
Matthew Stolen. So is this a good model for a Necron army? I have no idea.
Pretty cool, though.
Yeah, he's good looking. He's on a 50mm base, which is enormous. RN Tanky. Oil or water-based ink, looking good either way. It is oil. Champ Styles. What would make a bigger impact would be a new checkers piece.
Damn, you're right. That would really change up the game.
Chase Tosh, have you ever used cheap acrylics to paint minis? No. I use cheap acrylics to paint my table. If you see in the video, my table has a bunch of colors streaking across it. But usually the pigments and binders and stuff in cheap paint is not really good enough. And you're going to be fighting it to try to get coverage. And the paint might act weird. But not weird like the company weird.
Mm-hmm. And this stream is sponsored by Weird. I wish it was. That'd be pretty good. Michael Spitz, was one of you an ROTC? Nope.
I knew an ROTC kid, and he was kind of crazy, and he got a job, and then took like a month off school, and then he showed up one day and he was like, "Yeah, my parents just found out I haven't been going to school," and they were very upset. So I'm now back at school.
They just found out. Like, did he call in sick for like a month?
I think he just didn't come.
Because like if you didn't, I feel like if you missed a day, they would call you.
Yeah, they must not have been that like active.
Vigilant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet that makes sense. I'm wondering if this is the same person that I know.
I kind of doubt it. I mean, I knew them from welding at the technology campus. Yeah.
There was someone else that I knew that was in it.
Boy, the oil's working out kind of, sort of. It's very grainy, and since I put on so many airbrush layers, the model got a little textury, and it's really liking to cling to the texture. But it got the job done-ish.
Michael Spitz, why was there a uniform at the end of the video then? I am confuzzled.
I mean, that's like a Vietnam uniform.
I don't remember a uniform. Was it with the photos?
Yeah, I think that was a uniform I had. I think I got it at a garage sale or something. It's not. I don't think it's a serviceman's uniform, or at least it's really, really old.
I was wondering if it was at a was it American Science Surplus or whatever it is?
It could have been. Michael Spitz. So one of you was a nom. Makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. We're about that age. Mike, not to be confused with Michael Spitz. Hey, Jay and Nick. Love the content. Keep up the good work. Any tips on painting frozen bones? Trying a new scheme for my Ossiarch Bone Reapers.
Frozen bones. I guess you probably want a lot of blue. Maybe blue and purple? To really make them look different? Probably would... Maybe you get yourself some snow stuff. Like some snow flock, and you sprinkle that around here and there.
That'll probably help. I think the bases are probably the thing that's going to sell it.
Yeah.
Like if you make the models coldish, and you put that flock on there, and then you have some sort of snowy base or cold base.
Love the Boner Boys, the Ossiarchs. They're pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
I know some people aren't a big
pretty...
fan of their faces, but I kind of dig the weird smile faces because like the sad, angry, like ghost faces are for the ghost army.
Yeah.
So they've figured out 2 different ways to have skull head people.
It's very true. I like them too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one faction seems to enjoy being skeletons, and the other one doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fun.
That is fun.
Chase Dosh, which Warhammer faction do you think needs a visual redesign? Probably Eldar. Not a big redesign. Just, like, figure out a way to add in, like, more detail. Like, probably just redesign their troops, and then update everything to look more like that.
I think maybe Skaven.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna go with the fantasy route.
Mm-hmm.
Skaven could use some help. They just have a bunch of old stuff. But do not touch the rat swarm bases. That's perfection. You can't fix those.
Michael Spitz, we had a substitute that was in Nam when he was 70 and had a side chick. He told us stories about both. Ah, fun.
Wow. What a fun person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the kind of substitute that you just get talking so you don't have to do any work. There was an English teacher that I had that we would try to do that all the time. We would try to get her riled up about something so then we didn't have to do anything. Because she had a lot of opinions on everything.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I feel like you learn more about life just having an older lady talk to you than doing school. Anyways, so it's kind of great.
James Wright, spooky fact, there is a skeleton inside you right now. James Wright, you might know this little story, but in Red Letter Media, they're on their other show, the previously recorded, I think they were playing Dark Souls, and they were live streaming this, and so the chat kept telling them to go into the menu and remove skeletons. And because like they were trying to explain to them that this is some sort of an exploit, so that you're not carrying as much weight, and so they kept trying to do it, but it was just the chat messing with them.
That's pretty funny. Michael Spitz, we compliment our orchestra teacher and she talks about it for an hour. We play for 20 minutes, pack up, and leave. She'll never know.
Nice.
Yep. That's always a good thing. Sometimes that would happen in band too. You get them talking about stuff, and then you just move on.
Yeah, story time is always the best.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in high school, you're just trying to get through the day. You're not trying to learn anything. You're not trying to get anything done. Just gotta get through the whole day.
Yep.
George Giardo, Jay and Nick, you sexy batishes. Been a while since I caught you live. Oh, and I want to say, yo. Frozen Frog. I had a teacher that was an Apple fanatic. Mentioning the latest Apple product was a great way to waste an hour. Nice.
Yep. There you go. See that new Apple Watch? Pretty cool.
Blabby T, I kind of want to make a Skitari cosplay. I wanted to make a Skitari cosplay, and I built. A friend of mine taught me how to sew, and we went and picked out fabric, and I made, they helped me make the Skitari's like jacket cloak, but I didn't know anything about picking fabric, and so I picked the heaviest, wrongest fabric, and so it looks like I made a bathrobe poorly. I have it. I should try to find it.
Mm-hmm.
It's awful.
But now, you could probably do a really good job.
Now I could do a really good job.
Mm-hmm. You could destroy it.
Mm-hmm. And I had ideas of how to make my... because Skitari have robot hands, so I'd make robot hands. Robot feet.
Lucky bet, we had a teacher who was in a Mexican boy band for years, and we would get him to talk about it for 90 minutes.
Nice.
Wow. Did he ever play any of the songs? Are they on Spotify?
Chicken Nugs, yo Jay, I honked at you earlier today while I was out buying food. Why didn't you wave back? I even yelled your name too, and you looked at me weird. You noticed me, man. What the hex?
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I'm just in my own little world, and I don't notice sentient chicken nuggets floating around.
Interesting. You're just thinking of Star Wars Legion.
Because, you know, sometimes you look in the car next to you, and it's just a chicken nugget floating, operating the steering wheel, just like the VeggieTales creatures.
Do you think Chicky Nugs is from the VeggieTales land, but is now here? Do you know the tomato? What are the names? Larry?
I think Bob the tomato?
Bob?
Larry and
Is
Bob?
Is Larry one of them?
I think Larry's the cucumber.
Okay, great. I never really watched it because obvious reasons. Growls129. Also, Jay, what about your Grey Knights? Oh, my Grey Knights. I want to do my Grey Knights. I have 20, I think, Grey Knight Terminators, and I want 30. I think I have 25 Grey Knight Terminators, and I want 30. I guess 35, because you need 2 of them to be character. I need 2 of them to be the elite choice characters. But I think I just want to go like classic silver and then purple for all their energy weapons. Or they're not energy weapons, they're force weapons. Because 40k has so many different types of weapons. Mm-hmm. They use the force.
Mm-hmm. Travis Justice. Hey Jay, I've had Necrons for about a year. You started into 40k with them, and I'm finally actually starting a new army, and I've just primed my 500 points of World Eaters. Ooh.
Chicken Nugs. No, I auditioned, but sadly, I wasn't kosher enough for them. Damn.
Frozen Throg, farce weapons. I don't have. Do I have my alcohol near me? No, I do not. Okay, so I won't do that today.
Alcohol?
91%
Whiskey?
isopropyl.
White Claws.
Ooh, but I could.
Andy Crimson. I had a history teacher that dressed in period-specific attire for the different time periods covered, like togas and olive wreath crowns for Greek history, poofy shirts, and rings for the Renaissance. Interesting. It's fun because you don't get paid very much to be a teacher.
No.
So most of them are like, well, why try? That's pretty neat.
Matthew Stoleness got my Mortarian Forge character yesterday, and I'm going to put that and the 40k model side by side when they're done. Ooh, neat. Yeah, Mortarian is a pretty cool Games Workshop character, but I can't wait to see what this other thing is. I have a couple of Plague Marines for my kill team, and that'll hopefully survive the transition into Kill Team 2. And but I still kind of do want a Mortarian just to paint it up in the way I paint them up, which is like a weird tie-dye green, blue, orangey.
I know I have to. I don't know if my secret kill team will work. I'll have to see.
I think mine will.
I mean,
I was planning on using it for Kill Team 1.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Kill Team 1, all you Kill Team... It's actually Kill Team 3 people out there.
Mm-hmm. It's actually Kill Team 7.
Actually, in 2017, Games Workshop came out with a product called Kill Team. And so that's technically Kill Team 1.
Mm-hmm.
Technically it's tomorrow now.
Goodness gracious.
Actually, those look like giraffe stripes. Or zebra stripes.
Zebra stripes. Yep. God. And you know every single person that leaves comments sounds like that.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking about it today, and I would have loved to have a parallel universe for just like this week. Because I bet if I had made it how to paint zebra stripes, the same people would have commented that it looks like tiger stripes.
Stripes. Yeah. That would be pretty fun.
Ekeen Wakinones, I'm making a 3rd edition army for Eldar, and basically everything I need is still on the website. Nice. Call me Solo. Do you recommend a specific brush brand? Your lines come out amazing. Does brush quality help or just practice? Practice is most of it, but brush quality will help. I don't know, anything nice. Like I use Rosemary & Co. and DaVinci Maestro for like my nicest brushes. Although I've had really good luck with Army Painter. I think Army Painter Regiment brush, which is also a very nice paintbrush.
George Gajardo, I was told that painting Warhammer would make me a sexy mofo. I've been painting for a year and I'm exactly 0% sexier. What to do?
Well, see, you take you take selfie photos with your models.
Yeah, that helps. And like take some action shots of you playing with them, painting them, all that kind of stuff. That really helps.
Akin Wakinones, was Space Crusade a Kill Team game? No, Space Crusade was Space Crusade.
We should do a video on how to find a mate while also being a wargamer, with pro tips on how to take photos and everything. How to talk up people at the bar. That'd be pretty good.
Yeah, how to put together your Tinder profile.
Exactly, to make it all work. Ooh, here we go. Lucky bat. Sexiness is a state of mind.
There you go.
Very true.
That's Sam Alchemist. Since you won't paint my God Emperor of Mankind print, I'll print it and paint my own God Emperor of Mankind with blackjack and strippers. You know what? Forget the God Emperor of Mankind.
I agree. I was editing a little bit of whatever video is coming out on Monday, and you had quite the burp scenario, and that's probably going to go right on the Patreon.
Yeah, I mean we need more burps in the Patreon.
Yep.
God, how many burps do we have? I mean, we don't keep track, so basically we have none. But
yeah, I mean we probably have hundreds recorded. Hundreds and hundreds of burps recorded.
Maybe if we ever get an intern, that's what they work on.
There we go.
So here's a hard drive. Watch all the footage.
Yep.
And isolate the burps.
We have every single all the raw footage from every single video we've ever made. So, and you have to remember, when like for a lot of the earlier EOB videos, I was there with you, so it's us talking back and forth, so you get to hear crazy conversations.
Yeah,
probably horrible conversations.
Reinforcement minis. Tau supposedly have a 43% win rate. I sense bullshit.
43%?
They probably do, according to the whatever tiny amount of data that stuff is based on.
Mm-hmm.
And aren't all of those numbers based on people who are good anyway, who are playing in tournaments and entering in their data?
Mm-hmm.
Michael Spitz, intern, I'm here. You can yell at me too. I'm literally paying you.
All right, I'm gonna send the drives over. George Gajardo, holy cow! How many hard drives are you rocking with all that footage? I think three hard drives. I have it's like a 3 terabyte, a 4 terabyte and a 5 terabyte. And the 5 terabyte's half full. I'm gonna have to. I think I will get rid of all the raw footage from models and memories because we don't need that. But I just have them. I don't know why. I know a lot of people they delete all of it. They delete all the raw stuff, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Sometimes we go back.
Yeah, sometimes we go back. We often pull like dollies or other things.
Yeah.
But
I think we should use when we spilt the paint, the wash all over the desk. That's got to be in more videos.
Exactly. I mean, somebody made that into a GIF for us. It's pretty funny. Yeah, that should be in more videos.
Yeah, I mean the models and memories. Ooh, can you go back to the clip where you said the same thing but worse the first time? Let's use that.
Yeah, exactly. Because those are the things that those take up a lot of room because they're just 30 minutes of recording.
Yeah.
On the old big camera.
George Wilson, I regret starting with Tau. Combat! Just shoot everything to death before they can get into combat. Maybe get those terrain pieces. Do those stop combat from happening? Holy Trivoli Reefs. Do you have a painted CRYPTEK in your army already? I don't think so. I own 3 CRYPTEKs. No, I own 2 CRYPTEKs. I own this one and the one from Indomitus. I have this guy, though. I think this guy was painted on stream. I think I painted 2 Necron Overlords on stream.
Yes. You did paint him on stream.
Yeah. You know, as buy Crude? George Wilson, nope. You should get Crude. There's 16 in a box, and I don't think the box is crazy expensive. You gotta jump on that. Eventually, it's gonna be 5 Crude per box for $50 instead of like 16 for $35. Battle Ready Minis. I was playing against Tau with my Drukari, and the Fire Warriors are brutal. Yeah, that's the tricky thing, because I remember when the Necron Codex came out, and everyone said that there's a unit called the Hexmark Destroyer, which has 6 Strength 5 guns, and everyone was like, this unit is complete garbage. It can only kill like 1.5 Space Marines a turn, but it can wreck Toughness 3 1 wound, which is tons of models out there. That's all Imperial Guard, Sisters of Battle, both of the Eldars. And so the people who bought it and played with it anyway actually found out that it worked really well. Because it drops in out of nowhere, shoots 12 times, and by then, you've kind of made your points because it's not even an expensive unit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, don't try to have it kill Space Marines because it's not good at it. Frozen Throne. The Indomitus one is a Plasmancer? No, not a Technomancer. I think it's a Plasmancer. It mances Plaz.
Brett S., if you play Tau, try to convince someone to play 7th edition with you. I think they were good back then. See? Yeah, there you go.
I think they even had their moments in 6th edition.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
Reinforcement is just give us the Narlox back. Oh, the Narlox. Well, I think the Narlox aren't. Oh no, the CRYPTEK still exist. The Narlox and Greater Narlox are no longer sold, which is a travesty because they're such cool models.
Rest in peace.
Frozen Throg, late 8th edition. They were not too bad either. I mean, things come and go again.
Mm-hmm. Eventually, they'll be the best army, and everyone will hate them again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they still hate them. They'll always hate them.
Yeah.
Do you think people hated them from the very beginning?
I think they were always a little unpopular because they're so anime inspired.
See, to me, that I feel like that would fit right in.
No, I think they work great.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Ripepi, recommendations for Airbrush PSI. Just got one with 15, and I think it's too low. I usually run about 30. I think that's kind of hot. I think most people say like around 25, but I like 30.
15 seems kind of low.
Yeah, 15 does seem low. George Wilson, the Narlock, a.k.a. the Cryptosaurus. It is a Cryptosaurus. A Cryptosaurus Rex.
Matthew Stolness, as Jay said, who wants to win all the time?
I mean, everybody should be winning about half the time.
Unless they suck. Or the other person's cheating.
Brian Nelson, what are people's opinions on playing Legend stuff? I think it's fine. I mean, it's rules.
And you could always say, nah.
Mm-hmm.
And then not play with them. And then burn their house down.
Yeah.
I don't know why I added that part.
I wonder what'll be the first Primaris unit to go into Legends.
Hopefully those ugly tanks.
I think though, a lot of Legends units are old stuff, but some of them are stuff that probably never should have had rules, like the I think it's called the Imperial Space Marine, which was like a promotional thing that like almost no one got, but for some reason ended up in the 7th edition codex.
That's dumb. Yeah, that's dumb.
Mm-hmm. And like people would take 3 because it was like a really cheap way to get a decent gun.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this was never meant to be anything. It was supposed to just be a fun callback to a Rogue Trader model.
Mm-hmm. Jeez. What a weird Games Workshop.
Mm-hmm.
Those silly Brits were just all caffed up.
Akino Quinones, Tau deserved to win only 46% of the time.
Damn.
Luke Repepi, I assume you have a video on this. What is a good cheap compressor to get? I think we bring it up in. God, do we? Is it?
We have a couple.
Yeah, I think I go over a lot of stuff in how I fixed my airbrush or picking an airbrush. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's either at the beginning of this year or at the end of last year.
But I would not suggest No Name's tank compressor. I have it. It might be broken. They might run fine, and it's just mine. That sucks. I'm not happy with it though. It's really loud, and the tank doesn't seem to help because it has to turn on every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'd rather it just be quieter and run continuously.
Yeah. I have one of the ones that runs continuously, and it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Works out good. I used to use a tank that I'd fill up with a real big boy compressor, and that worked out good too. And I think if I filled it up pretty well, I probably had maybe an hour of airbrushing with it, which is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little annoying because you have to run around with a big tank.
Mm-hmm.
But
Kinones, I'm excited to watch all of the Warhammer Plus shows on YouTube when they're pirated. Nice!
yeah, you know that's gonna happen.
Michael Spitz, since y'all played so many editions, do you think that 9th edition codexes are the most balanced after FAQs and all that jazz? I have no idea. I think my favorite time of playing Games Workshop games was 8th edition with the indexes.
Yeah, the indexes.
I think that was my
really
favorite.
Good. The indexes were great.
They were great.
And how much were they?
I don't think they were that crazy. I mean, we bought them all.
We bought them all. Were they $25?
They might. Yeah, it sounds right.
You know,
each one came with a bunch of armies. Yeah.
Yeah, because what was kind of cool about them is you could look up your opponent's stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of nice.
And everything was pretty good. I mean, everything had just been rebalanced in one go.
Yeah.
Boom. And some stuff still sucked, like Gene Stealer Cult, but Gene Stealer Cult has historically sucked. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although I've heard from channels like Auspex Tactics that he's been very impressed with all the 9th edition codexes, but that they don't play great against the 8th edition codexes. Like 8th edition codexes are kind of falling behind because they're literally for a different edition.
Yeah. And I get it, like they kind of can't do the indexes because they're releasing new models.
Mm-hmm.
But it sucks.
Yeah. I don't know if they could. It'd be a pain. Maybe they could release cards, because like Star Wars Legion, everything just comes with cards.
Mm-hmm. I think they just released too much stuff.
Yeah. It should be an app.
They should stop making money and not release any more stuff. Wouldn't that be fun?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Zine Brown. Say what you want about Warhammer Plus, but the Vindicar Assassin model is amazing. Oh my god, yeah, it's super cool, and I'm gonna get it.
I know they said that, what is it called? Hammer and Bolter? You can watch the first episode of that show on Saturday.
Aquino Quinones, the Vindicar Assassin model should be on the website. It's stupid. I don't want to sign up for a Costco just to eat a hot dog. Nah, I'm okay with it being a limited edition. It's neat. They gotta sell their thing. And they come out with tons of limited edition stuff.
And you probably can't really play it in the game.
No, it's just a statue.
Because of the weird base.
I mean, technically it does come with a 32mm base.
Yeah.
Attached to a giant-ass piece of terrain.
Right. So it doesn't really work.
Mm-hmm.
I can see your terrain. No, but you can't see the guy all the way at the top, so you can't shoot him. I'm in base contact with you? No, but you have to climb all the way up the tower to actually attack me.
Chicken nuggets. But Costco lets you eat at the deli without a membership. That's true. I know many a day at Steinhoffel's I would go over and get a hot dog and a Coke.
Michael Spitz. Also, we were promised a certain thing that rhymes with Banhammer Plus on Patreon. Do you have any info on that? Oh yeah, we're gonna be reacting to a ton of it.
Yeah. We're basically gonna have a React channel behind a paywall.
Exactly. kind of like Warhammer Plus.
Exactly.
Yeah, very similar.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of Warhammer Plus, look at the time, everybody.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Warhammer Plus our way to bed right now. So we had a video out on Monday. We have another very exciting video out on Wednesday, and of course another Models and Memories on Friday. But before that, well, I guess after that, we have another live stream tomorrow at 9 p.m. So make sure you watch the video and then join us for that.
Mm-hmm. All right, everybody. Good night. Watch the video tomorrow. Good night.
Good night.